Sneak dissing, we don't see the competition. I drop off a ransom note that your art is missing, nigga.
Pay us in full with the money, or she gon' get her fingers clipped off like Lil Sonny,
MRecktv.
Yo, we always gonna be best friends, man.
We talking Kid Capri and all that. Did you watch Verzuz?
I did see some of the. Oh, I did see some of the verses.
You gotta talk about that, man.
Yeah, I did see.
We gotta talk about this, man. We got to. M.Reck bringing this up, so blame me. I like getting on the blame me. I'm the chimney. Bring the fire and the smoke to me, and I blow that shit right out.
Yo, right. I seen that verses, man. That verses was kind of. It was real intense. It was real intense. That verses was real intense, bro. That verses was real intense.
It was interesting. It was very interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm gonna just keep it official. Scratch wanted to smoke with Kid for whatever reason during the verses, and he elaborated on his IG, I believe, days later, and said Kid Capri kind of took the first shot when he went at Kane, right? With the freestyle. That's what Scratch said, right? So Scratch said he retaliated with trying to, do a DJ battle with Kid. But let me know, where does this stem from? Because it seemed very personal, man, on that stage. That didn't seem like that was some versus competition. That seemed like it might have been some other type of energy there. I'm in Brooklyn, so it's real out here. That energy seemed very personal. Do you know anything about that with Scratch and Kid Capri, or could you elaborate on that?
It's something that definitely was building. It was definitely, from what I do know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know much about it, but from what I do know, it was already how you say, escalating, building. You know what I'm saying? From what I do know, and the niggas is like brothers, man. One time, I mean, I don't know. I know from just being around, bro. There was just some tension. You know what I'm saying? And even Kid himself, he couldn't figure it out. He's like, "Yo, what's up with you know what I mean?" But I think, all right. So it was a couple of situations I do know of that the public know of. So I'll speak on that. You know what I mean?
Okay, let's get into that.
Okay, so I know it was one incident, and this is not the order. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. It was one incident that the Kid mentioned DJs asking for tips and money on their Cash App, putting a Cash App tag.
During the whole
lockdown. Which was understandable for the most part, because I like to always hear both sides. Just don't think because I'm with Kid, I'm just, pro Kid.
You're not close-minded.
Yeah, not close-minded at all. So I understood where the DJs kind of felt as far as, because Kid had to open my eyes up to it, because I was like, yo, bro, what's wrong with that? I asked him myself, and when he broke it down, it made sense. I was like, you right. So basically, he was trying to explain to them, but maybe he just didn't come across it right through the post. But make a long story short, he just didn't feel that DJ should ask for money or any type of tips when they're playing other people's records. It's not like, if that's the case, the people records you playing should ask for tip or ask for money or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? But
no, I hear what you're saying, but like you said, you got to look at it from a broader view, right? Now, look, we all know we come from the struggle, the streets. Closed mouth don't get fed.
Right.
Trust me, because I go live. If I don't say hit that like button, donate to the Cash App,
that's true.
PayPal, they won't do it.
That's true. That is true.
So, I could.
But that's a little different. But you're not using other people's sources and and audio. You using original.
Sometimes
I mean, but what I'm saying to you is overall, your platform is not built around using other people's audio. Your platform is built around original content.
Yeah.
Now, if they came with original music, if they was playing their music, then yeah, ask for a tip.
Gotcha.
So if they're playing their music and it's like, yo, you know, you trying to raise a GoFundMe type of situation or whatever, then yeah, of course. But kid thing was y'all playing other people's music, and then you got to remember, the record labels wasn't even feeling that. It was bigger than Kid. They started taking down people's because the music wasn't supposed to be used. So it's not like Kid was just saying stuff to be saying it. He was saying it from an angle like, yo, you know, I just don't agree with y'all asking for tips and asking for money, especially at a time where COVID kicked in and people was losing work. People that wasn't working. Like
people didn't have it like that.
People didn't have it themselves. And some of them people got plaques and they got, you know, they went platinum producing for people in there. So y'all asking hardworking 9-to-5 people for tips, and they was trying to figure out how to pay their bills. So even the people was going under their comments saying stuff. It wasn't just Kid, not to defend him, but there was a lot of people under the comments saying like, yo, you what's the name? How you gonna ask us for, you understand? So it was a lot of that too. It's just because Kid is a, you know, a public figure, people, you know, was biting on him. So it was kind of like, yo, Kid. And I think stemming back to what we was talking about, Scratch felt like, yo, bro, like everybody's not Kid Capri. Everybody don't have it like that. I mean, and Kid is a grinder. Kid is not rich, not to put him out there, but Kid grinds and works hard on a day-to-day for his money. He go out on the road every weekend, sometimes from Wednesday to Sunday. I mean, I've been with Kid, sometimes he'll DJ, you know, I've been with Kid when he'll DJ from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sometimes 2 parties a day. So it's not like this man is sitting back in his crib and
he put that work in.
He putting the work in. This man's traveling through fucking road, bro, for years. And we're talking about
over 25 years.
That's almost 30 years, bro, of traveling constantly. This man never even had it. You know what, bro? In COVID, this is the first time the man even sat in his house for a month, for 1 month. He was like, yo, this is the first time, like, I'm getting a chance. That man been on tour for 30 years.
Crazy.
So he's just saying like, yo, get out there and find a way to make your money, but not so much like ask people to tip you or for pretty much anything, because your job is to play other people's music, which record labels started taking an offense to and started, you know what I mean, having IG take their post down. And on top of that, you know, so that was really his thing, not to dwell on it, but that was his thing. And Scratch left a long comment. Right, if y'all remember, Scratch left a long, so it was kind of like little shit like that was happening. And by the time I think it got to Verzuz, it was a lot of things and issues they had already. It was stemmed.
That they didn't resolve.
That they never resolved. I mean, like really, you know what I'm saying? Phone conversations with them kind of going back and forth. They still never resolved it. So by the time they seen each other, to be honest with y'all, that was the first time they seen each other in a while, since, from what I understand, since those phone calls and comments. Wow. Can you imagine the tension? You understand what I'm saying?
I was in the building for that.
You was there.
Ringside.
So you saw what I did. I was just hearing about it. Shout out my man Pappy. My man Pappy came to my house to show me, like, yo, you seen your man scratching? Now, me, I already kind of knew. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I wanted
that smoke.
Scratch already was that smoke. You know what I mean? And Scratch, shout out to DJ Scratch. Scratch is fucking ill at what he's a fucking beast. You know what I'm saying?
Kid get busy too, but you got one that's a party DJ.
Facts. And
the other one, he's I guess a mixer.
Like a turntablist. I think it's like he's a turntablist. You know what I'm saying? That's what he
why
do.
His name is Scratch. He got the perfect name.
I mean, he won scratch battles. He's more or less like the Loaded Lux of DJing. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
He's a beast when it comes to battling somebody, like facing off, but when it comes to entertaining, one DJ is on the side of entertaining, and Scratch is more on the side of battling and taking out other DJs from doing tricks and doing stuff like that. And that's how he entertains. and that's how he entertained. So they have two different lanes. You understand what I'm saying? So what I did see in that Verzuz was kind of mind blowing, and that's why I posted what I posted the other day, because I was there, like literally when you know, Scratch. We used to go to Scratch House, and that was 2009. I posted like I filmed that in Scratch House. So
wow.
He had Scratch Vision, you know what I mean, over 10 years ago. Scratch Vision was already started back then. You know what I'm saying? And the kid was going to his house, and we was going there and all that. Like, so kid was kind of like already like, yo, Scratch, whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? But from what I understand, when kid needed shit done and he wanted to, like, it wasn't the same love.
Got you. If y'all just now coming in the room, talking to my brother Ahk2gs, we're talking everything from hip hop, his involvement with certain supreme lyricists and legendary DJs, and you know, so that's what we're talking about. So yeah, let's get back to Kid Capri and Scratch. Like, okay, after the Verzuz and you know, the Verzuz tension, where is it now? Because it you know, it still didn't stop, because it was a few Instagram posts from Scratch, I believe, because I've seen Kid kind of like falling back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just ain't worth keep dragging that out. Like, we had that talk. Come on, like, we not gonna drag. You know what I'm saying? It just Scratch, man. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and speak about that, man. I don't know him like that. I just been around when he came to Kid birthday party, and you know, and you know, I just been around when he came around. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was in his house. Like, the footage I got, I was in his house and never. So he probably most likely know of me, you know, from being with Kid, like a lot of people. But you know, Scratch, when he posted that, I had called Kid and told Kid, because Kid didn't know what was going on. I was like, yo, did you see that? You know, Scratch posted, bro? Like, and you know, it was kind of weird because, you know, I'm gonna let y'all know something. Like, what I do know for a fact is that what Scratch posted, from what I understand, from what bro did say, is that wasn't real. That whole Verzuz layout of what they supposed to be doing or whatever, that wasn't real.
Wow.
So
he made that up?
Scratch made that up.
Wow.
From what I understand, from what I understand, like from the message that I got from it, you know, that was never done. Like,
that
they
was
didn't
never the layout.
That was never the layout. You know what I'm saying? Because all Kid was doing was sticking to the script that he was presenting. It wasn't like, yo, at this time they're going to battle. It wasn't even about Kid and Scratch. It was about Kane and KRS, which is
because you know, Kane shut it down.
Right. So why would that be on?
Scratch was with Kane. Scratch was DJing for Kane. Kane shut it down a few times. Nah, we ain't doing that. Right.
That was Scratch kind of forcing that thing. So if that was a part of the lineup, why would Kane shut it down? That don't make sense at all. You understand? That's why when Kid told me that, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Because why would Kane shut it down if that's a part of what they're getting paid to do? If that was a part of the process, and like you said just now, Kane shut it down a few times, so that obviously damn sure didn't make sense. Like, why would Scratch post that? So obviously, if he's done that, from being on the outside looking in, it was kind of like, dude definitely got a little situation going on with him. Because why would you go out your way to be like, yo, I'm gonna post, you know? And he does that. I noticed that. Like, he has a thing. Like, you know what I mean? He has kind of like this thing where he wants people to know, and like, this is what they want me to do, and I don't know if it's made up or not, but I know that was made up.
Wow, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That part I do know based on what bro told me. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. I mean, they gotta resolve it how they gotta resolve it. It is what it is. So
I mean, Scratch seemed like he blocked kids. From what he blocked. Yeah, so I told bro, just leave dude alone.
Blocked him on Instagram?
Yeah. Wow. He blocked him for free, man. So it ain't worth. If you don't want to be a friend, then that's it. Leave that. Like, it ain't. Listen, man, this is a different time we living in. You don't want to be my friend, don't be my friend. That's it. Let's just move bro. Like, it's whack to me. It's corny as fuck that you just let a bunch of like internet shit. And for what I do understand, like, homie kind of in on that IG, like that IG shit, man. That shit
got niggas going crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That IG shit, man. Niggas in their 50s, bro. Like that. Like, that's kind of weird, bro. That's kind of weird. All these accomplishments, you got all these accomplishments, and you worrying about posting. Like, that's like, that's what it is. Like, that's kind of like what the young niggas is doing to make it and change their life. You ain't got to do that. You have already accomplished all the things the young niggas. I didn't understand that angle of why he be commenting, why he be so hard on proving, like, this is the lineup. This is what I'm doing. This is what they, it's like he's so hard.
I mean, dudes gotta make sure they not looking crazy. So if he doing it that way, he gotta make it seem like it's the other side. You feel me?
That's the weird part. That's the weird shit.
It's crazy. I don't know. And shouts to Kid and Scratch, because Scratch come from Albany Projects. I was born and raised in Albany, so to speak, up until 12 years old. So I'm Crown Heights, Brooklyn, 180 Troy Avenue, Albany Projects, by the way of East New York. You know what I mean? So East New York, Brooklyn. So that's what we on. Salute.
Brooklyn, wild shit too. So yeah, I know you about the business.
Yo, we always gonna be best friends, man.
Plug and such, you a joke's bound to happen if you slipping or you lacking. I'm gripping on the Mac 10, ready for the action. Shots will make you break dance and have you do a backspin. I got more kicks than karate flicks. My whole team pushing Maserati whips. You on IG liking thotty pics. Shorty pocket broke, but her body fixed. Peace, world. To promote your music or promote your business by placing an ad on MRecktv, contact MRecktVpromo, MRecktVpromo at gmail.com. Peace. Oh yeah, subscribe to MRecktv, youtube.com/MRecktv. I'm gone. MRecktv. It's got a music.